There was a time when Israel knew peace. But peace never lasts forever. The land was quiet, too quiet. Because when peace fades, something always takes its place. Fear. Across the valley stood the Philistine army, armed and ready. But their greatest weapon wasn't their numbers. It was a giant. His name was Goliath. A warrior so massive, so terrifying, that even the bravest men in Israel dared not meet his gaze. Every morning, Goliath stepped forward. Every morning, his voice thundered across the valley. Send me a man to fight me. If I fall, we will serve you. But if I win, Israel belongs to us. And every morning, silence. The Israelites were led by King Saul, the first king of Israel. A man once chosen for his courage, now paralyzed by fear. He had an army. He had weapons. But he lacked what mattered most: faith. The soldiers whispered. Some prayed. Most just waited. For 40 days Goliath mocked them. 40 days of fear. Miles away in Bethlehem lived an old man named Jesse and his 8 sons. When King Saul sent messengers across the land calling for warriors, Jesse sent his sons to fight. All except one. David, the youngest, the smallest, the overlooked. While his brothers marched toward war, David stayed behind, watching sheep in quiet fields. But those fields were far from peaceful. Lions prowled, bears attacked, and when they did, David didn't run. He fought, not with armor, not with soldiers beside him, but with trust in God. Night after night, under open skies, David sang songs of praise, songs of courage, songs of faith. In those lonely moments, something powerful was being formed. A shepherd was becoming a warrior. One day Jesse called David to him. "Take this food to your brothers," he said. "Go see how they are doing." Early the next morning, David left the sheep in another shepherd's care and began the journey. He didn't know it yet, but he was walking toward destiny. When David reached the battlefield, the ground trembled. Goliath stepped forward once again. His armor gleamed. His voice echoed. David watched in disbelief. Men twice his size retreated in fear. Even his brothers looked away. David turned to them. Why is no one fighting him? Who is this Philistine that he defies the armies of the living God? His brothers were furious. "Go home," they snapped. "You don't belong here." But David refused to stay silent. "If no one else will stand, then I will." Word reached King Saul. Soon David stood before the king. Saul stared at him. "This must be a joke," he said. "You're just a boy." David didn't raise his voice. He simply told the truth. "When a lion took one of my father's sheep, I chased it down. When a bear attacked, I drove it away. The Lord who rescued me then will rescue me now." Saul said nothing. Finally he spoke. "Go," he said quietly, "and may the Lord be with you." They tried to place armor on David. A helmet too heavy, a sword too large. David took a step and nearly fell. "No," he said, "I can't fight like this." He removed the armor and walked into the valley with only a sling and 5 smooth stones. Goliath saw him and laughed. "Am I a dog," he roared, "that you come at me with sticks?" The giant cursed him, threatened him. But David stood still. "You come against me with sword and spear," David said, "but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. Today the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel." The valley fell silent. David ran forward. One stone, one swing. The stone struck. The giant fell. The earth shook. For a moment no one moved. Then the truth hit them. The giant was dead. Fear broke. Faith surged. The Israelites shouted and charged forward. The Philistines turned and fled. Victory swept across the battlefield. Not because of strength, not because of numbers, but because of faith. That day a giant fell, but something else rose. A shepherd boy became a champion. A nobody became a legend. And Israel would never be the same. Because this wasn't just the end of Goliath's story, it was the beginning of David's.